Aston Villa 0, Arsenal 1. Did you see the way the team celebrated at the end? Ruben Neves is going to be livid. But if you saw how the team celebrated at the end, went with Bernd Leno, who pulled off a brilliant save right at the end. The only thing he really had to do all game in terms of protecting his goal, keeping that clean sheet, that Coutinho free kick, which is a well-hit free kick, by the way. That's the only thing he really had to do. Just shows just how well Arsenal played today. Just how much we limited Aston Villa, who are a good team, a team in form. And Arsenal, do you know what? I feel like we weren't brilliant today. Arsenal weren't incredible. I don't think Odegaard had one of his best games, for example. Lacazette, he wasn't good enough today. There were a lot of players that I kind of felt like, I wanted to see more from you. But Arsenal won that game in the opening 30 minutes. We were just dominant when that game started. We almost kind of just let Aston Villa know, we're better than you. We're going to run this game. We're going to make it very, very tough. And the pace and the intensity of Aston Villa's game, they could just never find that spark. It's like we broke their clutch. They could not move up the gears. And do you know what? That is a very, very hard thing to do away from home in the Premier League. And I think the reason why I find that even more impressive is that when you look at Arsenal today, Ramsdale, injured, can't play. Leno has to come in. Martinelli, injured, can't play. Emil Smith-Rowe has to come in. Don't get me wrong, these are two very, very good players who have come in. But when you have that disruption to your team, it's not always that easy. And then on top of that, it's against a team in form at Aston Villa, at their place, coming off the back of our first defeat in a long time for Arsenal Football Club. And it was all about how we bounced back. I'll be honest with you, I was nervous about today. I really felt like before kickoff that, a draw could be a very, very plausible result. But Arsenal in that opening 30 minutes just said, no, we're here to be counted. And I absolutely love it. The effort and the intensity that Arsenal showed in the opening 30 minutes, and it's not to say that we weren't good in the last 60, but I think especially that set the tone for the entire game. And it told Villa, it's not going to be easy for you today. But the 30 minutes that we started off the game with mirrored the celebration at the end. Because when you work that hard, you celebrate hard. It's literally work hard, play hard. And that's what Arsenal did today. We really, really wanted that win. We dug in, we dug deep. We've seen Mikel Arteta on the touchlines, kicking every ball, doing everything, that the players are doing, constantly giving instructions. And he's so emotionally invested in the game. I feel like he gives the players zero hiding place. When someone's not tracking back, when they're doing the wrong thing, forget technical areas, he's almost on the pitch. And there's zero hiding place. And the players right now, they're responding well to that. And I say right now because that style of management can be so intense that, I almost kind of feel like it can become quite draining unless it delivers results. And that's why a game like this is so important for Mikel Arteta because he must be a draining manager to work under. But if you go and win trophies, or if you go and achieve your objectives even if it's not winning trophies, let's say we get top 4 this season, then it all feels worthwhile. You've seen Klopp, Guardiola, they're the sort of managers that really push. And Conte is another one. Without getting your results, they have a short shelf life. But you know what? Mikel Arteta seems to be absolutely doing the business right now. Oh, do you remember earlier on this season, we couldn't buy an away victory? We almost used to kind of take the mick out of ourselves with chants saying, how crap must you be, we're winning away. That's not the case anymore. Arsenal, no matter where we go now, are a decent team. And credit has to go to Mikel Arteta. Be honest with me, in the comments below, at any point, have you doubted Mikel Arteta? Have you come out and said, no, I'm not sure about him? I have doubted him. I have said I'm not sure he's the right man to get us where we need to be. And you know what? Even if I still think that might be true, he's definitely the right man for the here and now. Yes, he might not. And this is me saying I don't know anymore because he's really, really changed my mind on him. I don't know whether he's going to be good enough to take us to league titles and proper success. But right now, he's exactly the person we need to get us on that stepping stone of Champions League qualification to go and achieve all of that. Today was a huge, huge win, and it was orchestrated by Mikel Arteta in the face of some difficult selections. And he has to get massive credit. It was made much easier for him with Bukayo Saka, who for me is just like, I mean, what can we say about him anymore? It's not even a case of just raving about him all the time, because it's all been said. Do you know, like, how many times have I come out and said how good he is? What I want to point you to is, you look back at when we had Pires and Ljungberg and why they were so loved and appreciated in the Arsenal team. That's because without fail, every single season, they would get into double digits when it comes to scoring goals. Never mind just goals and assists. They would always take that pressure off the striker, chip in with goals, and teams did not know sort of where the threat was coming from, or rather, I'd say they didn't know how to stop it. Saka is giving us that dynamic. Can you imagine if he wasn't as sort of consistent with his goal scoring and end product? And I've heard people criticise him for that. And he's only 20. I think he's phenomenal, and he takes a lot of pressure off of Lacazette. Today, if Bukayo Saka hadn't scored that goal, it was 0-0, Lacazette would be getting pelters. He didn't do enough. Lacazette didn't do enough. In the last game against Liverpool, there was that quick free kick taken, he was on his heels. Today, I think a cross came in from Kieran Tierney. Lacazette, he makes these passes look like bad passes. And Lacazette, listen, overall, he helps players like Saka as well, in terms of helping them click. But his lack of anticipation, lack of athleticism, makes passes that could be chance-creating passes, he almost makes them look bad. He makes them look overhit. And I'm starting to find that a little bit frustrating. We need someone a bit more athletic. We need someone with a bit more anticipation. And the thing that really disappointed me today about Lacazette, that was very uncharacteristic of him, was in the 75th minute, where the ball comes from in the middle. He cuts inside the defender. Ødegaard is begging, absolutely begging for a little 4-yard pass just in front of him, so we don't have to break his stride, and Lacazette selfishly shoots. If Bernd Leno didn't pull off that save from Coutinho in the last minute, then it's 1-1. And then you look at that moment, you say, why did our captain do that? It doesn't surprise me that it was pulled off a few minutes later. And then again, unfortunately, Nketiah didn't do very well either when he came on. But you know what? The thing is, the two injuries that we had today, we're lucky that they're probably the two areas of the squad where we have really good replacements. Goalkeeper in Bernd Leno, and in the attacking sort of quadrant with Emil Smith-Rowe coming in. But now we're getting to that stage of the season where our squad is being stretched. And I really hope we can get away with this. We've seen Cedric playing many games. Again, he did fairly well today. I was happy with him. But Tomiyasu, don't know what's going on with him. I'm really hoping we don't have the same problems with Martinelli, who's ill, or Ramsdale, who I think has a hip injury. And Saka went off today as well. He came in for a lot of tough challenges, and I think that was very intentional. They could see he was at outlet, and they tried to bully him out of the game, but he did really well, stood up to it. This performance for Arsenal is one that's going to take the wind out of our sails of our rivals. Everyone would have been looking at this fixture thinking, there's a good chance here that Arsenal are going to drop points, and we didn't. We soldiered on. We made sure we got the 3 points, and it's huge. The pressure at this stage of the season, when you hear professionals talk about it, you realise just how much it can mount up game after game after game, especially sort of a game in hand situation as well, away from home. And Arsenal, the youngest team in the league, are dealing with it so well. So credit to Mikel Arteta, credit to the team. It's looking very likely that we are going to hopefully maintain that resolve to see out the season. And if that happens, we've got to remember, that's not the destination. 4th spot is not the destination. That is sort of the checkpoint on the journey. That's just a via point. From there, we have to go on and be a proper team. Add, that brilliant central midfielder, add that brilliant striker into this team to make sure we can go and seriously challenge for trophies and then ultimately win trophies. Thomas Partey, again, I thought did brilliantly. But listen, that's it from me today. Watch out for my 5 at 5 tomorrow. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, and up the Arsenal.